So, Roger and I went to the DMV today because I got stopped by a cop for an expired registration. I know, I'm bad. It happens. So he was really nice. And he let me go. And this is on Saturday. And I said, I don't have an excuse. I don't have an excuse. It's just one of those things that you have to take care of, and you don't take care of it. At least I didn't this time. So we went in there Monday, and they said my account was closed. I said, what? And they said, but this is made out to Honda. So I said, well, yeah, I mean, it's a Honda. You know, I bought my Honda at a Honda dealership, and the lady really didn't know what she was doing, so she had to have some help. And then, oh, well, your account was closed in 2023, she says. I don't see any record of you having an account after 2023. And I said, well, we did, and we had all the paperwork. I had my insurance. You know, we had all the paperwork from the dealer. So, lo and behold, the lady that was helping her, she had the bright idea to ask, and I didn't have the bright idea to offer the information. It was my fault too. But she said, it's not a lease, is it? And I said, yeah, because normally I lease my vehicles. I think I will buy this one, but that's another video. But, so, oh, well, that's a whole different thing. So, she said, okay, she's going to help you down there. And so I had to go down there. And she did some more stuff on the computer. And I said, y'all scared me. And she said, I'm sorry. She said, it was our fault. So they admitted it. It was their fault. So that's a relief. But the things that go through our minds, at least it goes through mine. I was thinking, worst case scenario, how much am I going to have to pay? You know, we're on Social Security, and we don't have a lot of extra money. We had budgeted for this. I know I'm being punished for driving a car outside of the registration thing. And I thought, worst case scenario, what am I going to do? What's my punishment? I'm not in the system anymore. And so she said it was their fault, like I said. And so that made me feel better. But the things that go through your mind, when things don't click the way you think they're going to go, do you think worst case scenario, or you just give it to God? I know as Christians we should give it to God. And I have given a lot of things to God. However, when you're in public like that, and you have the paperwork and you think you've done everything right, do you kind of freak out? I mean, I will tell you that I freak out. I freak out. And then I thought, oh gosh, what am I going to have to do? Am I going to have to call the dealership? What's going to have to happen? Am I going to have to call Honda? So I think these things. And I know I shouldn't, but I do. So what else do you freak out about? And you think, I shouldn't have freaked out, because everything turned out okay. And it usually does. And when it doesn't, it's still not that bad. So during this time of hustle and bustle, and it's that time of year, everybody's, you know, just like I said in the other video that I put out the other day, everybody's in a hurry. Everybody's kind of on edge. I do notice that people are a little bit nicer this time of year, and they were nice. And the other lady we had to go to at the DMV, she I made a comment about the Christmas decorations. I said, oh, y'all got all this stuff straightened out. I mean, you know, decorations and stuff. And she said, yeah, it's not going to be a good holiday at my house. And I asked her, because I am that way. And I said, why? And she said, my boyfriend's back in the hospital. And she proceeded to tell me what was wrong. And I said, I am so sorry to hear that. And I have turned into a cul-de-sac, but these houses are really pretty. But anyway, so everybody, like I said, everybody is going through something. Everybody is. Just when you think you put one fire out, something else happens. But I told her before we left that I asked her boyfriend's name, and she told me. So I said, I'm going to make it a point to pray for him. And she said, thank you. I said, I'm going to pray that everything's going to turn out okay. And she said, I've been doing the same thing. So you just never know about people that you run into in different circumstances. I mean, we've got to cut people some slack, and I will admit, I get impatient and I start griping and complaining, but it's so easy to do that. Isn't it? It is for me. It is so easy to do that. And we've got to give people the benefit of the doubt and just cut them some slack. Just cut them some slack. Well, I'm going to go back. I dropped Roger off. He's not feeling well, but he wanted to walk, and it's 32 degrees. So I'm going to go see where he's at, and then I am going to walk myself. And I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. And if you like this, would you please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell and share it if you want. I do appreciate all of you very, very, very much. I appreciate all of you more than you know. And I will catch you on the next one, okay?